Thank you so much for talking to us.
My name is Bryson Davis. I just recently finished my master's degree in education. I serve with a nonprofit. I also do some other part-time work, and then I'll be pursuing further education.
Yes, again, my name is Brandon, and I serve in the United States as the director of a nonprofit organization, and I speak in high schools and do youth mentorship with high school and college students in the United States.
My name is Kevin, and I work a part-time job, and I also co-own a business in the United States, and I also lead on the worship team at our church.
My name is Katie, and I am a student at a university. It's my 4th year, and I'm studying social work, and I also work part-time at a restaurant.
My name is Jeff. I also co-own the company with Kevin. I'm currently pursuing my doctorate in physical therapy, also volunteer in the organization for ministry.
So what we do in our country is we go into high schools and colleges, what will be colleges here, and we do school assembly programs. And so we go into schools with hip hop music, a professional DJ who does music, and we go in and we encourage students to pursue dreams that will impact the world around them. To positively influence their communities, their schools, and their families. And then we also do faith-based programming of the Christian religion, where we encourage students in their relationships with Jesus, and we challenge them in the faith as well. And so since we've been in Nagaland, I'll actually allow Kevin and the others to answer that question for you.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's been astounding in Nagaland because a lot of the schools we go into are predominantly Christian schools. I would say probably 90–95%. And so we've just been able to, if you will, not candy coated at all, but just be able to really speak one-on-one with students. And so we do similar programs, so a lot of hip hop music, dancing, and then we share our testimonies and our stories, which we're really able to connect with the students. We share the things we've gone through to kind of help them see that what they're going through, they're not alone in. And so it's just been amazing what the Lord's been doing. It's just been if you will, kind of like a wide open atmosphere. He's just been able to kind of really move freely, and a lot of students have been encountering just freedom and just a lot of stuff like that. It's been really cool.
The main theme of our program is to encourage the students to pursue their dreams. And not dreams, that we give an example of some dreams that we promote in our culture. In music, it's kind of like make a lot of money, get girlfriends, and do these things that they're not heavenly dreams. They're just selfish dreams. And so we encourage the students to pursue dreams that God has for them, dreams that they were made for. And we also invite them into a passionate relationship with Jesus. Not just something where I say I'm a Christian and I go to church on Sunday or read the Bible every once in a while, but where you have a wholehearted, like surrendered life to Jesus Christ and you follow after him passionately. So, yeah.
We've presented the program now, I believe, 12 times. And so in addition to the 12 different programs that we've done, I believe we've been into an additional 3 more churches where we've done some training.
How did you find the response of the young people over here?
I was really surprised by the amount of response that we got from the youth in Christian churches and Christian schools, just because the way that they responded was like almost all the kids raised their hand when we asked them if they wanted to give their lives to Christ, or if they wanted to be healed from like an inner brokenness that they have been dealing with based on their story or based on something that's going on at home. So it was just really cool to be able to see just the amount of response that we got and just see kids awakened and just their hearts come to life and knowing that they have freedom in Jesus. So.
Yeah, Jeff, would you add anything to that?
I would just say one huge factor of this, us coming from America, obviously we don't understand this culture very well, or we're not familiar with it. I mean, we've done our research, but that can only go so far. Coming in, like our first couple schools may have been slightly awkward. But once we began to familiarize ourselves with the culture, understand the way the kids react and what we need to do to bring them out of their shell, basically, it really brings the true meaning of our program out and for them to understand it.
And I would add something too. I think one of the things that has been so encouraging about being in Nagaland is the true love and desire that students have expressed for Jesus. So when we have given a response to students, encouraging them and giving them the opportunity to give their life to Jesus, like Bryson was saying a little bit ago, it's not one of those things of saying, hey, we just want you to pray a prayer with us. Like, we're really making it clear that what we're inviting you to do is saying, Jesus, no matter what happens in my life, whether my parents disown me or leave me, whether I lose my friends, and even someday, if it would cost me my very life, Jesus, I choose to love you and I give you my life. And seeing how many students have raised their hand, how many students have given their life to Jesus in the sense that they're going all in. Like, it's not just, we're not saying you need to go to church. We're saying, no, this is everything. Every part of your life Jesus wants. And seeing how many students have responded to that, it's amazing. It is amazing.
How do you ascribe to the working of God, through you guys, over here? I mean, what reason is that?
Honestly, I think it's because we said yes. Like truly, like the things that we're seeing happening are bigger than anything we can do in and of ourselves. I mean, hip hop music is great, and charismatic speakers and funny like humor is great, but that doesn't change people's hearts. Like, only God can change people's hearts. And of course, we do things that are utilizing wisdom in some of like the presentation that we give. Like, we really try to connect with students through dance and the sharing of our stories so that they're able to receive what we say to them. But all in all, like, truly, I think God has graced us to do it, and that we can look and see, Lord, like, this is very special that we have the opportunity to do this. And we show up at a school and we share our stories, we share our talents and our abilities, and God does so much more than we could ever do on our own. Like, really.
Obviously, do you sense a hunger among the young people as well as, even for us, we see that God is raising a new generation?
Yes.
I'd say it's been amazing because we've realized a trend on this trip that what it really comes down to is the Lord shows up where there is hunger. And there's been such a natural hunger within the students in Nagaland, within the young people here. And like, we were talking about how what God does is so much more important than what we do. But it's funny because like, I think like the things like hip hop music and this and that break the ice so the students feel comfortable with us. And then from there, it's just the Lord. And I remember being in one school and there was probably 700 kids there, give or take, 600, 700, somewhere around there. And I just remember when we first invite kids to come to a relationship with Christ, but then we also invite kids who need inner healing from brokenness and stuff like that. And like, easily more than half the room raised their hand. And I just remember looking at it, and that was astounding. Like, there's a genuine hunger for the Lord and just for the more of God, for sure.